Yo, welcome back to the channel. Kamusta sa inyong lahat? Yes, HoYoverse, the once revered bastion of creativity that dared to dream big. Remember their motto back in the MiHoYo days that rallied players and developers alike? Tech Otaku Save the World. It was bold, inspiring, almost poetic. But now, it feels less like a manifesto for creative innovation and more like the tagline for a dystopian sci-fi flick. Tech Otaku Save the World by replacing humans. Yes, that's the plot twist we didn't see coming but probably should have. Case in point, the holiday season, a time when companies spread goodwill, bonus checks, and festive cheer. What did HoYoverse do? They spread pink slips. Yes, the company responsible for the sprawling landscapes of Teyvat and its vibrant characters decided to lay off a swath of their talented artists, writers, and developers, people who poured their hearts into creating the magic we know and love. And the replacements? AI bots. Because nothing screams revolutionary gaming like a script churned out by an algorithm with the emotional depth of a vending machine. Imagine the dialogues we'll get now. Lines that sound like they were ripped from the poetry journal of your smart fridge. Forget about nuance or charm. Say hello to generic NPCs whose life mission is to tell you the wind is howling ad nauseum. HoYoverse may have built a world that feels alive, but their decision to replace people with machines raises an uncomfortable question. How much of Teyvat's soul will be left when the humans who created it are no longer part of the process? The irony is almost poetic. How can a company that once prided itself on connecting technology and creativity now turn to soulless automation? Now, let's shift gears and talk about Kuro Games, the studio behind Wuthering Waves, our favorite game. This isn't just another gacha game churned out to cash in on trends. It's a heartfelt masterpiece, a love letter to the human experience. Everything about Wuthering Waves, from its hauntingly beautiful soundtrack to its intricately designed characters, feels like it was crafted with care and passion. The NPCs in Wuthering Waves aren't just set pieces reciting robotic lines. They're characters with depth, flaws, and compelling stories. Every interaction feels intentional, pulling you into a world that feels genuinely alive. The dialogue resonates, weaving moments of humor, heartbreak, and introspection that makes you pause and reflect, not just about the game, but about life itself. Meanwhile, over in Genshin Impact, we're treated to the gaming equivalent of an existential crisis. A hilichurl smacking the ground while an NPC stares blankly into the void, repeating lines with the emotional range of a parking meter. And if that doesn't spark a burning desire to skip the dialogue entirely, nothing will. Unfortunately, there is no way to skip. HoYoverse calls this efficiency, a well-oiled machine designed to churn out content at breakneck speed. But let's be honest here. What they call efficiency is what the rest of us would call creative bankruptcy. By prioritizing speed and profit over soul, they've sacrificed the very thing that once made Genshin Impact special. Its ability to make players feel something real. Kuro Games, on the other hand, reminds us what gaming is supposed to be. A bridge to human connection, a window into emotions we might otherwise overlook. They don't cut corners with AI-generated fluff or hollow experiences. Every detail in Wuthering Waves screams of a team that genuinely cares about the stories they're telling and the players experiencing them. So, when you're standing at the crossroads of these two approaches, ask yourself, do you want a game that challenges your emotions and immerses you in its world, or are you content with an endless loop of lifeless efficiency, wrapped in a pretty package but devoid of meaning and depth? But hey, maybe you're not here for deep, thought-provoking dialogue or heartfelt storytelling. Maybe you're here for the action, the adrenaline, the gameplay that keeps your hands glued to the controller. Fair enough. Let's compare the combat systems. In Genshin Impact, combat feels like a cozy rerun of your favorite comfort show. You know exactly what's coming. Burst, dodge, repeat. Sure, it's fun at first, but after a while, you realize you're just cycling through the same animations, spamming the same combos, and annihilating the same hilichurls. It's reliable, sure, but it's also painfully predictable. A mechanical grind masquerading as a challenge. Shifting over to Wuthering Waves. Combat here is a whole different beast. It's not about memorizing rotations or stacking stats. It's about mastering the flow of battle. Every enemy encounter demands timing, precision, and adaptability. The combat feels alive as if it's reacting to you as much as you're reacting to it. You're not just button mashing, you're dancing. A deadly, exhilarating dance where every dodge, parry, and counter attack is a test of skill. And let's not forget the diversity in encounters. In Wuthering Waves, enemies are more than just punching bags with health bars. They're intelligent, dynamic, and designed to push you to your limits. One moment, you're dodging a flurry of strikes from a nimble assassin. The next, you're facing off against a towering monstrosity that requires a completely different strategy. The game forces you to think, to adapt, to evolve, not just your character, but also your playstyle. It's the kind of gameplay that keeps you on your toes, making every victory feel earned. Unlike Genshin Impact, where you could probably clear a dungeon while half asleep, Wuthering Waves makes sure you're wide awake, fully engaged, and maybe even sweating a little. So, if you're here for gameplay, ask yourself, do you want a system that challenges your reflexes and creativity, or are you content with a loop so predictable it could be automated by AI? If it's the latter, well, Genshin might have the perfect toaster for you. It's not just about playing a game, it's about feeling it. In Wuthering Waves, every action matters. Dodges are calculated, attacks deliberate. You're not spamming buttons, you're mastering a dance of skill and strategy. Contrast that with Genshin Impact, where combat, while visually stunning, often boils down to predictable loops. Burst, dodge, repeat, fun. Sure, engaging, barely. And here's the kicker. Wuthering Waves challenges you while HoYoverse seems more focused on mastering your habits, nudging you into daily loops and predictable patterns. Log in, spend resin, roll for characters, it's all finely tuned to keep you hooked, but is it really satisfying? Kuro Games, the team behind Wuthering Waves, flips that script. They design with respect for the player, rewarding creativity, intelligence, and effort. Every encounter feels dynamic, demanding not just reflexes but thoughtful adaptation. Victory here feels earned, authentically yours, not something that was given to you by an AI generated content. And let's talk about the community. HoYoverse once rode the wave of passionate content creators but left them out in the cold. DMCA strikes, zero support, and radio silence. Meanwhile, Kuro Games engages, listens, and collaborates with their players, treating them as partners in shaping a shared experience. The real issue, HoYoverse has sacrificed creativity for efficiency, swapping human passion for algorithmic content. Wuthering Waves, on the other hand, reminds us what gaming should be: a bridge to connection, a celebration of stories, and a testament to human artistry. So what future do you want? One ruled by soulless automation, or one where creativity and connection thrive? As for me, I'll be here in a world that's beautifully, authentically human. Like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell because unlike some games, I'm still 100% human powered. Stay human, gamers. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Maraming salamat po. Goodbye.